Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the heart.
Frickin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. We got Aaron beasting it on the sticks, dude. What's going on, Aaron?
What up?
Frickin' chilling, dude. We got Sonny in the studio today, my dank little dog, dude. He's frickin' cute, dude. I'm exploiting him, dude. Look at this, dude. Did you want to get a sponsorship, Sonny, dude, for frickin' Chewy.com or something like that, dude? Oh, whoops. He just bounced out of the screen. That ain't how you're going to make it in Hollywood, kid. You know where your light is, know your angles. You don't jump out of frame. I mean, you should jump out of the frame into the viewer's eye. But you got a lot to learn, kid. A lot to learn. So, just it's official. The pod's gone Hollywood. I'm exploiting young boys, It's what I'm doing now. Sonny's a young boy. He's 3. And he's a boy. He's a good boy. It's funny, dude. If you just take that. See, I just set myself up, dude. If I make any enemies, dude, later, when I run for straight up governor of California, dude, and try to make, Hawaiian Shirt Fridays just law. Everyone's got to just post up and, just freaking throw shaka what ups and just chill and have some dank ass Mai Tais and stuff. Maybe some pina coladas in the workspace. People can use that as a smear campaign. They can just say that part, but without me mentioning that it was, of course, a dog. Don't worry, Sonny, I'd never exploit you because you're my fucking dog, dude. You know when you say one of your bros, dude, you're my fucking dog, dude. I finally understand that now, having a dog, just being like, dude, companion, loyal, having each other's backs, ride together, die together, you know what I mean? Even though I do leave him home a lot, but not today, he's too cute, dude. Anyway, enough about my freaking dog, dude. I've been doing, Aaron, dude, you're a homeowner, dude. Do you get fired up to do home renos, dude?
Absolutely not. It's the worst.
I mean, do projects, dude? Having a nice little project to work on, dude. Just, crank that out. Put on some jean shorts, some Crocs.
No.
And just go to, pick up some tools and just go to town, maybe knock down a wall or
No,
dig a trench for when it rains again.
I had to fill some holes because we got ceiling fans put in. I had to fill the holes where the electrician cut out to run the wires through safely.
See, that's the thing, dude. Electricians, they have the skills, but then you get in there and do that carpentry, bro.
Well, it's terrible. It looks awful, and I still haven't finished some from a year now.
Well, maybe you paint over it. Are you going to paint over it, or is the texture all
Well, you
bunk?
you have to fill the hole and make it as flush as possible, and then put putty and make that smooth, and then paint, and sand it too. Oh God, yeah, it's
sanding, dude. You can't take any holidays. You got to get that high grade.
Once I bought
an
electric sander, I was like, okay, well now I can't hire somebody to do this after me, to fix it after me,
Yeah, you got that tool in the arsenal, and it's good to have bros.
But I still will at some point. I will hire someone to fix it.
Yeah, electrical stuff. There's some stuff where it's I don't have any of those skills yet. I mean, right now I'm just looking at painting, and that's my project, dude. Me and my fiance, we decided, hey, maybe let's take a little risk and maybe do an accent wall where my dank desk area is, and maybe we do a hue of blue over there, dude. I'm thinking something like a deep, maybe a marine or something like that. We have good natural lighting, so we're not afraid of going too dark on that wall. So we're very fired up on that. And the thing is I go to Home Depot. And I get disrespected by all the experts there, dude. They know. I ask about paints. They're like, "What blend do you want?" Because you can mix blends and stuff like that. And I'm just in the paint aisle, dude. I make a beeline for that because I don't feel safe in any other aisle, dude. Dudes in there, asking me about, if I need to get a lug nut or some sort of, drywall lever or something like that. That's the reason our curtains aren't really fully up, is because I got to get another rod. But the thing is, sometimes, dude, I'll get a TaskRabbit, bro, and those guys are all chillers, dude. They like to vape. They like to post, they'll vape in your house, dude. I'll give them the green light, even though that's technically against the rules. I'll be like, no, dude, go ahead and vape, bro. This is a sick environment, and I want you to be tight. I want you to do the job right, so I want you to feel tight. And one time I just hit it off so hard with a TaskRabbit named Edwin that he didn't even hang the curtains. We just went out to get some wings, some tall boys. It was rad. So I'm fired up on home renos, dude. And home renos actually play perfectly into our topic for today. Isn't it nice when it works out like that? It's almost like I thought about it ahead of time.
Like you're a pro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm a pro, dude. And we didn't even know it. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it, bro. Let's talk a little home reno in 1963 in a little country called Turkey, in a region known as Cappadocia, which I'm probably saying very wrong. Cappadocia. And there was a dude there, just posted up, dude, and his chickens kept getting lost and shit, dude. There's actually multiple accounts. There's a dude whose chickens kept getting lost and falling down this ditch. He's like, what the fuck, dude? Where are my chickens? And then there was another dude who's like, dude, I need to knock out this, go into my basement. I want to knock out this wall. I want to make a little more room down here in my basement, you know? So I can, I don't know. Dudes like to post up down there, dude. I got a buddy, Trevor, who's got a gamer den, dude. Looks like where Osama bin Laden was found, dude. Looks like there's no fresh air in there. It's very dank, but not in a good way. Dank, definition number 2, which is moist and dark. Not dank as in fucking legit. And this guy was going to do a DIY home reno, knocks down this wall in his basement, and he reveals something of a much grander scale. Passages, rooms, churches, waterway.
I was going to say Curly's Gold.
Dude, City Slickers 2? You son of a bitch. You know what I love. Dude, we need to remake City Slickers. Dude, there needs to be a City Slickers 3, bro. I want to write, me and Chad and JT should write City Slickers 3 and make that a movie, dude. I would watch that. I love those movies, dude. And they are commentary. Like the first one is just commentary on masculinity and like embracing himself. So these movies are right up our alley, dude. Hey, honey, Sonny, dude, you can't cry, dude. You're chilling in the studio. You want it to come, dude. See, this is part of being a dog dad, dude. Sonny, don't be a little bitch, dude. Yeah, just post up in the studio, dude. You're chilling now, bro. All right? 30 more minutes, dude. We got a dank app. You better listen, dude. Just work on a new skill, dude. You better listen to this episode, bro. Don't listen when I tell you to come or stay, dude. Anyway, dude, this guy knocks down his wall and reveals an ancient underground city. So sick.
Whoa.
Let's get into it. But first, I got to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Dadgrass, dude. Dadgrass is reviving the pleasure of that casual toke, dude, so you can chill out without the stress. Last night, dude, was my boy Maurice's birthday party. We went out, we housed some za. It was super chill. Then we stepped outside, and I enjoyed a nice little Dadgrass pre-roll joint. I'm all about those, dude. And they're offering all sorts of stuff. So right now, dude, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/dank. Go to dadgrass.com/dank for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/dank. Dude, so sick. All right. So this city beneath the region in Turkey that I bastardized that term. I'm sorry. I'm going to bastardize a lot of these city names. Cappadocia. Underground, there's a ancient city called Derinkuyu. And it's funny, it's Turkish for deep well. And funny enough, the residents of Cappadocia in the city above Derinkuyu, so Derinkuyu is a subterranean city. And above it, the residents there forever were getting water from the wells that were below there. It's a desert region. So funny enough, they were, unbeknownst to them, pulling this water up past this ancient city. That's gigantic, bro. It goes it goes 85 meters below the surface. So 18 stories deep. There are 18 stories. You would think like maybe 2 or 3. Bro, how elaborate this is insane. It could hold up to 20,000 people. In months at a time, like with what they had, and we'll get into like what they had in that city to maintain months at a time underground, super gnarly. I don't know where they would sun their beeholes though. that is something that is still a mystery to me. Maybe one of the ventilation shafts was slightly exposed, and then you could go up there and expose your freaking grundle and butt to the gods.
Or you have to have like a series of mirrors.
Yes, that's a good call. Like the tomb, like in the Mummy, when like the light comes in and you have those mirrors that bounce around. Mm-hmm. I bet you they did. Aaron, I would not be surprised if they didn't have that, dude. Sure. Super sick, dude. Underground stuff's gnarly, dude. Just think of like an ant colony.
That's immediately where I went to, yeah.
This is an ant colony for humans. Super gnarly. Excuse me, dude. Had to take a nice little sip of agua right there, dude. I'm just getting too fired up right now, dude. So before we go underground, let's talk about the surface of Cappadocia. And you got to ask yourself, why go underground? You know, geography and climate. Like if you live on an island, you know, of course you're going to have boats and docks. You know, the topography calls for certain architectural things and certain lifestyle things. What of this region in Turkey called for these people to go underground? And then when did they do it? So first and foremost, let's just talk about the region, dude. And it's an interesting looking region. They have like volcanoes nearby that create this rock that's actually very perfect. It's like, it's structurally, the structural integrity of it is very solid. Like it's lasted, obviously, we'll get into it, like, but since BC times, like a millennium and a half-ish, this is debated. But then because it's volcanic rock, it's like easy to manipulate and carve into. And it's just like sort of the Goldilocks condition for creating an underground civilization. So that's fucking sick. But on the surface, you have these sick ass, like, and you might have seen them before, like sort of spiral. Like it looks like when you get a hot chocolate and your grandma puts whipped cream on it, you know, mm-hmm. like a tower of whipped cream and like that from the Cool Whip can, and it's sort of like rigid or whatever, like it's not smooth. That's what these pillars look like. They look phallic. They look like dildos, dude. They look like electronic dildos. It'd be nice if you're looking to implement toys, get an idea, check out this region, you know, post up, get on the laptop, check out Cappadocian region of Turkey and look at these like spiraling minaret things. And, they're pretty sick looking. They look enchanting. They look like something out of like a fairy tale or something you'd see in Avatar or something like that. So it's very cool looking in and of itself. Then, but below the surface is the real story, dude. So these tunnels have been there forever. They were in use up till the 1920s. There was like a,
hang on, I got a photo here.
Oh yeah, dude, let's go. Aaron's a beast.
Like that?
Dude, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And like, so you see how people have, so funny enough, that rock is called tuff, Tuff, but it's actually quite malleable. So, and maybe that is part of being tough. It's beautiful, but you can see the regular houses in the background and these ancient dwellings tucked into these tuffs, these gigantic rock, you know, dildo formations. And then the crazy thing is below that, and I don't think, maybe not specifically where this picture is, but stuff that looks exactly like this, below it is an entire underground city that could house 20,000 people.
Oh, wow. So it's like stalagmites versus stalactites.
Dude, exactly right. Wow. Exactly right. And people go down frickin' spelunking down there, dude. Spelunking sounds like a sexually deviant move, you know? Like we've all heard of a blumpkin. Aaron, you know what a blumpkin is?
Yeah, it's a thing that's never happened in the history of the world.
No human beings. If you know someone who wants, ladies, if you're listening, and you're with a dude and he's like, I would really like a blumpkin for Christmas or my birthday, you need to get yourself away from that guy. He's a twisted dude. And if you don't know what a blumpkin is, maybe I shouldn't say it. Is it too blue? Just go look it up.
No, it's fine. You could say it.
All right. Imagine you just had an Italian beef at Portillo's and then you had a cake shake and you're like, holy shit, I gotta go take a shit. And then some human being that doesn't exist is like, you know what, while you're doing that, I'd like to blow you. That's what that is. And spelunking, in my mind, sounds like that, but maybe in a cave. But spelunking just means cave exploration. Don't worry, Sonny, dude. I'm sorry to talk about Blumpkin. Sonny's looking at me right now. He's like, that was too much. He looked at me. He's like, dude, that was just too much. I know, but here's the thing, dude. This is History is Dank. We can't shy away from stuff. We got to go head on, baby. We go head on, bro. So why go underground? You have these cliff dwellings. You have all these things. It's theorized. They got stuff from, aliens built this stuff. The aliens came down and the people need to hide from the aliens. There are theories like that. But then there's theories, Graham Hancock has like theories about this type of stuff where he's like, civilization goes back 10,000 years, but there's no like dating in the cave. Like the references that we have to how old it is it's Anabasis. It's written by by Xenophon and his Anabasis, his historical analect. And he's like, and it references this region in 370 BC, and it has some references to Derinkuyu, but it could also just be the dwellings that we just saw in that picture in the rock. It's not necessarily proven that he knew that there was people underground. But then you also have references like that date as early as like the 6th century BC from a Cappadocia, from like Persian kings talking about the Cappadocian region. It's mentioned in the Bible and the books of Acts. So there could have been like, Arabic tribes there or Hebrew tribes there. And it's just kind of unknown because the tunneling all the rock is dated like back to a volcanic eruption at the same time. And then and it's been inhabited by different civilizations like the Hittites. People claim that they probably did a lot of the architecture there. That's a Bronze Age civilization. That's 1200 BC. But there's evidence that it was there even before that. So very, very gnarly. Sonny's scoffing at me, dude. He's like, that's not right information. He's like, you get your dates right, dude. Sonny, take it easy, dude. So that they're like that, and they were known for being architecturally advanced and being able to handle stuff really well. Then there's like the Phrygians who cruised in there, and they were more aggressive. They're a Greek culture dating from like originating with the Thracians, and the Thracians had that legit ass the Thracian, the Golden division. I forget what it was called. I gotta look it up, but it was all dudes that were in a relationship with each other, so lovers. And the best part is they used the hoplite phalanx, so you were literally protecting the bro that you loved next to you. And they were just known as being the most badass dudes in the world. And I was like, dude, that's great. Using love to wage war, difficult, dude. That sounds like an album right there. Sounds like my first hit solo right there, dude. I use love to wage war. Could sell that shit to Lady Gaga, dude. Anyway, dude, there were multiple cultures that moved in and out of this settlement. Like it could have been dug out so maybe the Hittites 2000 BC, that's 4,000 years ago now. Phrygians, that's a little bit later, 700 BC. They say, who were the Hittites hiding from? There was all sorts of warfare going on, and that's where the women and children could have gone, and maybe the whole civilization. The Phrygians were they were the ones who sort of drove the Hittites out. Then the Phrygians disappeared. Nobody really knows how, but they just did. Maybe they were assimilated slowly into other cultures. Maybe when, later on in the AD, like they say the Christians built the cities. People say, it wasn't built in 2000 BC. No, that's no chance. Sir, some of the cave dwellings, but not Derinkuyu itself. That was Christians who were being persecuted. They dug them out and they tunneled all that stuff down there. People are like, the Templars were down there building stuff and having secret ceremonies, and like there are churches and religious areas of that settlement down there. So there is all evidence of that, but the answer is,
well, the Trojans escaped somehow too, right? So I mean,
yeah, and this is Turkey, dude. Exactly right. We don't know where they went, and they could have gone into underground. And here's the most interesting part. And I was going to say this, but Aaron, you got me too horny to share this information. There are, in different areas around Derinkuyu, there's smaller little, maybe 3-story underground settlements. And then there are tunnels that link it. So they're like, dude, they're straight, that go like kilometers, like 9 kilometers, like the next city over. And so there are theories that there's whole like area, like mass, not all of Turkey, but like way beyond what we could comprehend or have discovered are interconnected. Yeah, that's a great photo, dude. It kind of looks like, dude, don't you want to find Waldo in there?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I'm like, dude, where's Waldo in there, bro?
Take a look at what everyone's kind of doing.
Dude, Waldo's getting a Blumpkin on level 12.
There is a religious ceremony happening on the left.
Yep.
Second floor down.
And
they're clearly storing wine above that.
Dude, that's the thing, bro. That's how elaborate this place was, dude. Real quick before we dive into that, I was going to say they've discovered another one in 2014, a place called Nevershire, something like that, dude. Sounds like the freaking Lord of the Rings style, dude. But anyway, like this Derinkuyu forever since 1963, and it was discovered and excavated and spelunked in the 80s, dude. It was the biggest underground city known to man, but now they said there's another one that was discovered in 2014, and that might be even bigger and has like interconnected stuff. So, Aaron, I think that's a good theory, dude. Trojan, that's a good, history major essay right there. Fired up on that. But let's get into, since you mentioned sort of the things that they have in this underground city, like how exactly advanced was it? Dude, it was pretty advanced, bro. Like, let's be honest, it'd be a bust. It'd be a bust to live down there, but you could do it. And like I said earlier, months at a time. The residents, if you had to take a deuce, say you had to take a Blumpkin, you'd have to put it in a clay jar, seal it up, put it in a special room. If someone died, they wouldn't even go up underground. So they're like, that's why people are like, they were afraid of something up there. So like, why not they have these this picture that Aaron just put up, which is sick as hell, shows a gigantic round boulder, not like a full sphere, but just like a circle that's pretty thick. And I looked at an article, these things weigh like 2 tons. Like these are like a couple 1,000 pounds. And, they would use smart fucking engineering, like stakes to lever them and turn them from the inside. But from the outside, it's like, it would take you're not going to get in easily, but because the stone can be picked at, like if an army really wanted to get in, they could, but they had secret passages and you could seal off things. So it would be very difficult. And they had other ways around where then they could come in and trap you. So if you waged war in their settlement, it would be tough. Kind of like in the 13th Warrior, when they go into that weird tribal waterfall area, it'd kind of be like that, which is gnarly. And there was witches down there, dude. There was witches, dude. Yeah. But yeah, bro, they had areas for livestock. The wealthier people generally lived up more towards the surface, top 3 levels. Also, like the animals would be in a different area, but top 3 levels, in case they needed to, get to stuff easier. If you were more destitute or poorer families, they would live at the bottom level, like 18th level. But it's insane. They had livestock. They had also the toxic gases, the methane needed to get out. No one wanted to breathe all the methane from the bottom. That gas is going to rise up. They had cellars, schools, friggin' straight up meeting places for partying, dude. Like Aaron, they had barrels for wine and fermenting wine, so you could throw ragers down there.
I feel like the sound would be weird, and then there'd be some pressure, wouldn't there?
There would definitely be pressure. Yeah, atmospheres of pressure. When you're down on that 18th level, I mean, you go, I think it's every 30 feet or something like that, or 30 meters. I think, and this thing's 80 meters. Like that's 2 atmospheres of pressure down there. Like your ears are for sure popping when you're going down there, dude.
Yeah.
They've got 50 ventilation shafts. The ventilation is pretty amazing. Like, because they're thinking about invading forces, right? Like, why not just smoke them out? Like, that's a vulnerability thing. Mm-hmm. But it was all central, but not necessarily all interconnected. The airflow is like pretty ingenious. And like they mentioned, these tunnels that they burrowed, they would burrow tunnels way, way out and super deep beneath the entire surface. So fresh air would come in from like the bottom and then could be like taken out or whatever, ventilated out. I don't know what the word is, like circulated. That's what I'm looking for. Circulated, kilometers or miles away. And, an invading force isn't even thinking about that. Like, we're not even thinking about it in the 20th century that someone was capable of doing that or culture was capable of doing that, but they were, dude. So they thought about everything. It sounds like they had a millennium to think about it, or a couple millennium to think about it, depending on what theory you want to stick to. So this thing was dug out, cut out, freaking just planned out by some straight up geniuses. You know, it's debated who it was, but it's freaking super freaking gnarly, dude. And we can get into more on the city in a moment. But first, let me remind you and give a special shout out to our freaking sponsor, Dadgrass, dude. Here's the thing, dude. It's crazy enough out there right now, dude. Weed shouldn't send your world spinning, so ditch the paranoia and take a toke of something low dose and highly enjoyable, dude. Highly, dude. You feel that, dude? Dadgrass harkens back to the mellow joints of yesteryear to keep your soul light and your head right. Dude, I'm feeling that. I mean, that's what it's all about for me, dude. You know, I mentioned I went out for my boy Maurice's B-Day, dude. Enjoyed one out there on the road, but nothing is better than just taking a little time to myself in the evening, cruising out to my balcony, dude. Got some legit plants out there right now that me and my Dank fiance are working on, dude. And I like to just enjoy one of those nice little pre-rolls out there, you know? And just, you know, even when it was raining, dude, being able to watch the rain. There's two things that are great in the rain. Working out in your garage, watching it rain, and then also enjoying a nice CBD pre-roll, just mellowing out, dude, enjoying yourself and not getting too hot. It's the worst thing ever, dude. I remember just with my boys, dude, wanting to, you know, hanging out. Be like, dude, just take a little bit, dude. It's fine. It's not going to do anything. Just I'll milk the bong for you. Then you do it. The worst feeling in the world, dude. You do not have to worry about that feeling with Dadgrass, dude. It's just mellow, dude. It relaxes your dome, mellows your mind, dude. It lets you chill out without getting stoned. And honestly, what's even better is all Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. So whether you're looking for a new buzz or a chill way to enjoy an old favorite, Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. And right now, Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/dank. Go to dadgrass.com/dank for 20% off your first order. That's dadgrass.com/dank. All right, dude. Back to Derinkuyu, dude. You have a tumultuous region here in Turkey, dude. A lot of turnover, and maybe not a lot. I mean, this happens everywhere, but you got the Phrygians, the Persians, the Seljuks, among others, that are expanding. They're warring with one another all the time, all the way up until the Byzantine era. That's Eastern Rome after the fall of Rome. It's the Latins in the West, and the Byzantines, the Orthodox Greeks in the East. And, you have a difference in religion, and you have Christianity going into the AD. I'm traversing thousands of years here. And you have these people caught in the middle of this. Who's ruling me now? Who am I paying a tax to now? I'm just trying to post up and, pray to my God. And I'm just trying to post up and have a wine party underground. I want to get caught up in the middle. I want to get recruited or conscripted or my family taken or sold or whatever. So that seems like a very realistic reason to want to go underground. And it seems like there was a need for this. Maybe a whole society of people, maybe just a bunch of smart people, scholars were like, dude, you know what? Let's just cruise down there. In my opinion, I think it makes sense that this place was probably built out. It probably started at 3 levels, right? Obviously, you got to go deeper and deeper. That goes without say. But, for a couple hundred years, you could have had some freaking, Hittites down there just posted up, dude. Carving, setting the architecture. Then someone comes in. Maybe they didn't know the architectural stuff, but another dude, a Hittite, like an old bro who's wise, is like, no, dude, you don't use that shovel above ground. Use that shovel below ground. Let me follow you. He's like, why is this thing so small? I can't even bend over and dig a ditch. He's like, no, it's small because it's tiny. You're going to be in a tunnel digging. And so this map is set for these later civilizations to expand and go deeper and deeper and deeper underground, which is so sick. Just so sick. Because we don't know who built this puppy, dude. Historical evidence, this is a quote, dude. Very little definitive evidence of Derinkuyu's origin. All right? But I'm going with, I like this theory of the Hittites. I don't think that it was just 700 AD, the Christians cruised down there to escape, because they're already in the midst of being persecuted. I feel like something had to have been there already, Like, you don't just dig a tunnel all super quick. You know what I mean? Unless it's Joe Morisi and he freaking pops wood. He could freaking Harry Stamper a tunnel in an afternoon. So it's very gnarly. Complex ventilation systems, churches, wineries, meeting spaces, homes. The stuff that weirds me out, I mean, I guess like if you're hiding from an army and you're being sieged, like someone is going to die. You got to put their body in a special place. But that leads to these crazy theories, like I mentioned earlier, people being like, they were afraid of alien forces or being abducted. I'm like, why do those crazy theories pop up, Aaron? Is it just to get clicks? Is it just to get, noticed?
Yeah, I mean, it like you said, it's unexplainable and there's no record. But yeah, it's clicks and it's quacks and it's clicks and quacks.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like Under Armour, dude. Click, clack. Protect this house.
That ad campaign kept me from buying Under Armour stuff for, I don't know, decades.
Really, dude? I liked that ad campaign.
I hated it. I'm wearing Under Armour socks now. I do like the products, but
they're sick.
I was like, protect this house? What?
Yeah, it was weird.
It's not. I mean, it's no just do it.
Just do it's the best. Just get out there and do it. Dude, I'm looking for this question that this bro sent in. Because I haven't done a question in a minute and I want to do one.
I'm going to put up the photo of the thingy just while you're looking because it's just so insane. You can see the ventilation shafts.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's bananas. There's another religious, like there's one on the upper left here. There's another religious ceremony going on the bottom right that you can't quite see.
That's sick. You could have had cultural overlap there. Maybe they have a common enemy, like aliens. Kidding, dude. It's not aliens, dude. It's not aliens, dude. Yeah. But they could have had a common enemy there, and then, who knows? We don't. That's the fact, is we don't know. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. That's a good takeaway is, sometimes you just got to be like, we don't know. This is sick. We love that this is here, but we really don't know exactly why. It makes sense that they were hiding from something, but it honestly could have just been the environment. Like I mentioned earlier, often our surroundings dictate, our surroundings dictate the very essence of our beings. Like Nordic people have lighter skin and narrower nasal passages because of cold weather. Like, there's biological, but also freaking geological factors. Yeah. Those are hand in hand.
Maybe it's probably not a Pangea thing, but maybe at one point it was just a much colder or warmer place.
Yeah, thousands of years ago, for sure, dude. You got volcanoes posted up. You got the winds are actually what created those nice dildo shapes. Dust kicking up and creating, like, smoothing out those stones when you saw those. Looks like something from Whoville,
Yeah.
Like Dr. Seuss style. And so it would be very difficult to live above ground there, would be a bust.
Yeah.
It was probably such a... It's my dog, dude. Sonny, dude. So what do you sense? He senses another dog. Shh. Come here. Take it easy, dude. Dude, Sonny. Excuse me. Come here. Hold on one second. Let me pick this dude up. Sick. Sonny disagreed with my evidence. He thinks it was aliens.
Yeah, he's like, totally aliens.
He's like, it was aliens. In fact, I can smell one right now. People who say dogs can see ghosts freak me out, dude. Because sometimes dogs do just stare at shit, but it's because they like smell something far away.
Yeah, or they hear something.
Yeah, and they hear something. Hey, dude, you were doing such a good job chillaxing, bro. Probably Mike just got here, dude. He's like, Mike, dude. Can't do. Mike's a total chiller, bro. So, dude, that's pretty much what you got on this stuff, bro. You can go visit it. You can go spelunk down there. I don't think you can get a Blumpkin down there. Maybe you can. I don't know. You probably have to go after hours. You can't access all levels. I think you can only go a couple levels deep, but I wouldn't want to go that deep underground there, to be honest. I'm pretty claustrophobic, dude. Like they say it is.
This feels like the descent to me, and I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, exactly. You do not want, and dude, these are civilizations where
not even when you tempt me with a splumpkin.
Yeah, dude, honestly, if you promise me I'm going to get a blumpkin, there's going to be some witch down there, dude, that's going to get me.
A spelumpkin.
Yeah. Spelumpkin.
Yeah. I don't want it.
Yeah, dude.
It's not worth it.
I ain't going, with the promise of 1 billion spelumpkins, dude, I ain't going down there, bro. Okay? Let me get recruited into, whatever conquering culture's coming by next, and I'll just get murked, dude, and that's fine, bro. But yeah, bro. But it's awesome. It's incredible. It's incredible feat of architecture and, working together and doing something as a team that it just fires me up. Maybe that's the inner coach in me, is I just want to be like, look at Derinkuyu. Like if I was coaching a middle school basketball team, I'd be like, look, guys, we're down 85 points at halftime, but have you heard of Derinkuyu? And they'd be like, huh? Is that like the motion offense? Is it like a trick play that we're going to do, like an alley-oop or something? No, dude, it's this sick-ass culture. Or not it's culture, but it's a sick-ass city that's underground. And then they'd go out and proceed to get pummeled, but we get a sick-ass pizza after the game. It's the whole reason I played sports growing up, was just for sick-ass pizzas. And here's the thing, dude. I couldn't find this dude's question because he Instagrammed it to me. And I'm going through. But here's a good time to remind you guys, questions, comments, suggestions, StriderWilsonShreds@gmail.com. Ooh, here we go. So this is entitled Wedding Cue, dude. Okay, let me first see if he wants me to remain anonymous. No, okay. Strider, what up, my dog? It's been a while since I wrote in. Me and my dank-ass fiance are tying the knot in a few months, and just wondering if you had any thoughts on making sure the D floor is hot all night long. Let's go. Me and my wife love freak dancing, and I feel like as long as we're setting the tempo, everyone else will follow. But any other suggestion would be dank. All right, lay it, dude. This is an absolutely fire question right here, dude. First of all, congrats, dude. I love that you guys are taking the step, dude, from being freaking BF and GF to being forever BFs and GFs, dude. I think that you got to keep that energy going, good date nights, all that type of stuff. But on the D floor, I recently went to my bro Joe's wedding, not Maurice, my other bro Joe, and his dank-ass wife, Brittany. And what they did, dude, is they had a little after party, dude. And now I'm not saying you have to do this at the after party. You could do this at your wedding party. But they had this DJ, dude, who just had a very subtle DJ name, Paul. He's like, my name's just Paul. He didn't even call himself DJ Paul. He's just like, what up, I'm Paul. I liked that. And he proceeded to play. Now, however old you are, my dude, who asked this question, I would say, his name's Alex. He didn't ask to remain anonymous. Alex, my dude. When you guys were in high school, people love a little nostalgia. They love bangers. So I think dude, DJ Paul, dude, I call him DJ Paul, but Paul, dude, he was just throwing out straight bangers from when we were like in high school and college, all the music that we loved, just the hits, dude. Honestly, dude, we had to order shots because I could not take the time to enjoy a full brewski or a drink. I was like, dude, I just got to rip this shot and get back out on the dance floor. Just when I thought I was going to have a break, boom, immediately raging, dude. So play the bangers, dude. Play into that little nostalgia factor, but the nostalgia of Stoke, dude. Stoke-stalgia, okay? Aaron and I are all about combining terms right now, dude. Spablumpkins, dude, and Stoke-stalgia. Aaron, what about you? You've thrown a wedding. You got any advice for keeping the D floor fresh?
That was the complaint at our wedding, was that it wasn't dancey enough. And I'm okay with that. I don't really need to be dancing that much. I danced a ton. But, my philosophy was just no songs that aren't about being in love, because that's always weird at a wedding.
Yeah. That's true.
This song's about how this guy died. It's like, I don't need that in my head at a wedding.
Tears in Heaven, a beautiful song by Clapton. Don't need it at my wedding.
Yeah. You play Wonderful Tonight, and that's it.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, and he loves freaking, so you can have those bangers.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Designate a portion of the night to that. Yeah. After the cake, dance floor goes off.
That's true, exactly. And don't force it. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, the bride and groom do that, and then like, you know, someone in the wedding party comes up like, make sure you get out on the dance floor like right after that. Like, can you do that? Can you like go out and dance? And nothing's worse than forced fun, dude. So it's got to be organic, and the way you do that is you just got to have a banger. For me, Genuine, My Pony, that's going to get me moving. Kevin Little, I'll say it and I'll say it again. Any song, banger. You know, Lil Jon, Windows to the Wall, Sweat Drops Down My Balls, all skeet, skeet, skeet.
I don't know if you need that if your grandma's there.
I would love to watch my grandmother, if she was alive, move her replaced hip to that. I would love that. And you can get a clean version. You know, it depends. You're at a church, you know, whatever. But
your DJs
bangers.
Also, like, tell your DJ, and I'm sure they already have it. They have their bangers. They have their playlist or whatever of bangers that they have already set.
Yes.
And you can turn to them at a dime. This is what our DJ was able to do. All right, let's get the dance floor going. And they go off whatever theme you already had and into what works.
Very true. Don't play I Got a Feeling for the first one. Everyone does that. You got to mix it up with a different banger. It's a good song. Don't get me wrong. I like that song. And tonight night will be a good night. So congrats, my dog. And I think your D floor is going to be going off, you know? And then give yourself plenty of room. Make it tight. To, you know, make the D floor a little smaller than you even think it should be so that people got to freak. Get up in each other's bubbles. You know what I'm saying, dude? Everyone knows each other. We're all family here. Freak each other. Freak your grandma, dude. Kidding, don't do that. Maybe do. I don't know. Depends.
Mike is shooting that gun out there.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to go shoot that thing. Dude, I'm fired up to go shoot this pellet gun. Thank you guys for listening, dude. Derinkuyu, super sick-ass city, dude. If you're listening to the pod, check out the YouTube a little bit. There are some sick-ass photos that we threw up there. Thank you, Aaron, for being a beast. Questions, comments, suggestions, charlieWilsonShreds@gmail.com. Got a show coming up at the Hollywood Improv Lab March 5th. Get your ticks if you're in LA. Other than that, freaking stay stoked. Check out the Patreon and keep freaking beasting it, dude. Let